Hey and welcome to another edition of Custom Corner. For those of you, let's face it, most of you have seen this before. This is a series where I show you guys some of the custom figures I've made over the years. Some are good, others not so much. I'll let you lot be the judge of that, yada yada yada. And a lot of people ask me how I make my customs, hence the name of the series. So this kind of acts as a guide and I'll explain how I made the figures. They're pretty easy to make on the whole, so then you can have a formula yourselves if you want to have a go at making your own cheap customs. And for this Custom Corner, he's got one of the coolest entrances in wrestling from my favourite stable, Los Ingobernables de Japón, the King of Darkness, Evil. And I love watching LIJ in Japan. They tend to always have good matches, even in throwaway 10-man tags that they're in. They're pretty entertaining. Evil in particular had a great few years a couple of years ago, like challenging Okada for the title a while back. High profile matches as well with the likes of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, and also revitalising the tag team division in New Japan for a time with Sonata as tag champions. This formula for the custom is an elite William Regal body and Bray Wyatt head. I probably could have used a more accurate body, but the scaling on it seems okay. With the head, I cut the beard short and painted it black and then painted on the eyeshadow. For the hair, on the other hand, I got some modelling clay, added a ponytail to the back to give it more volume, and then simply painted it black, yellow and purple. You know, that freaky hair that Evil has, and as you can see I painted on the whole singlet, which I tried to keep in proportion as much as possible. For the torso, it comes across as a bit messy, I should say, whereas the back it looks much better with the printed logo on it. Then again, I think it kind of looks okay the way I've flicked the paint. I think if I'd been more careful with it, it would have come out looking better, but the back looks fine with the printed on logo. I actually printed off wrong first. It was too big to fit on the back when I first printed it off, so then I just used that print as Evil's wrist tape instead, which I think looks pretty decent. You can see as well the finger tape drawn on there. His name I painted on the side of the thigh, the knee pads I also found lying around, so I taped those up and painted on the studs like I did for the singlet as well. The boots, they're also painted black. One thing I would do if I were to do this figure differently, I'd probably have gone with a different body as I said earlier, or at least used a body that had a singlet, so at least I would have had an easier time painting it on, because painting on the singlet by scratch, it's hard to get it in proportion, and it just comes across looking a bit, you can see some of the edges looking a bit rough on that singlet, but on the whole though, I think it looks okay. I'd like to have a go at making a Sonata or Bushi custom, to add more to the LIJ collection, so to speak. So, that is it for this Evil edition of Custom Corner. Let me know if you enjoyed the video by hitting that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys later.